Blendery, and
Again, one more time. Hot dog.
Tim Hewell's here with the Whiskey Blendery, and we are always trying to find the next greatest barrels, the next greatest lot, the most rare barrels that we can bring back to Texas. And in order to do that, you have to say yes to go on certain trips, and today we're on one of those trips. We're in downtown Frankfurt right now. That's just where we're staying, but we got some barrel picks lined up tomorrow. Barrel picks meaning from this scale, on the wholesale side, we're buying bulk barrels. So certain brokers allow you to try the barrels and find the ones you like, and obviously they want you to buy bulk. And we have some older aged barrels that are very unique, very rare, similar to some of the other lots we got last year. Once they're gone, they're gone. So in order to find those great barrels, you have to first say yes to go out on a trip like this. And then you have to formulate a team of people that you trust their palates and trust their decision-making ability to say yes, because as we're trying so many barrels, I can only try so many. I think last time around 40 to 50 barrels, which sounds like a lot, but it's just a little taste. And then we spit it out, and then we compare it to multiple barrels. So we're on one of those fun trips. It's a lot more fun tomorrow if we find those barrels that we know we're going to get excited about to bring back and bottle in a few weeks. So
Now tell them why you started the Blendery and what you've learned on your journey. Be it from the one person to the second person to now the 140th person a part of your membership.
Yeah, ironically, it's kind of the same answer. At some point, you just have to say, yes, I'm going to do this. And you don't really know what that means. You don't really know what that can turn into. You just say, okay, I feel this is the right way. For me personally, I felt like God was pointing me towards doing something like this. He put so many good people in my life that we shared whiskey. It strengthened my relationship with my dad and my brother. I mean, I've met you, I've met every guy in there over whiskey, and a lot of my best friends I met over whiskey. And I mean, it's a special drink that brings people together, and I've seen it, and it brings generosity out of people, and it's just a good fit for me. And God's opened up so many doors that without involving him have been closed multiple times, but then trusting him, and he's like, Tim, you need to do this. You need to do this. So I don't take credit for the Blendery. It's not me. It's the community. It's trusting in God that he's creating something special for maybe reasons that I don't even see yet. I hate that stale feeling, and that's another reason why the Blendery is good for me, is because it's ever evolving. It's always changing. It's never like we've never done something twice because we can't. And the barrels that we do, the bottles, like every week we get, hey, I tried this and I really like it. What? Can you do this again or make some of these? And no, we can't. Like when it's done, and that keeps my interest in it. Otherwise, I'd get bored. If we were just doing large batches of, okay, here's 10,000 bottles, 50,000 bottles, whatever it is, here's batch one, like that would not keep my interest, and that's not pioneering anything. And once I start to feel comfortable in a certain area, that's almost like a danger, Will Robinson, like an alarm goes off, like, don't get too comfortable. Like things can change instantly. So we have to continue to innovate. We have to continue to say yes on things like this. We have to continue to invite new people. Like, I know Buck's a good guy, and I know I'd have fun with him, but am I going to allow him influence on these barrels to come in? And it's like you gotta kind of trust the process a little bit. And I think next time we do one of these, we're going to bring somebody that might not have any experience. And it's I think it's fun. We're all going to remember tomorrow for a long time. For a long time.
We're already remembering today, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're already remembering this Airbnb that the AC doesn't work too good, and we're all sweating.
And now, whiskey's been an inspiration in your life. I love that you talked about it, bringing you and your family together, as far as dad and even brother. What's something that you hope people learn from your journey in whiskey?
Yeah, I think it's how you use it. Is it a vice? Are you using it to get away from something? Or are you using it to bring people together? And I've seen both. I've seen both even in my own family. But it's something that even after weeks at the Blendery or whatever it is, even after we try a bunch of stuff, it's like it's very purposeful. So it's not finding great barrels to do this. It's not finding this to it has a bigger meaning to me. And if I said I knew fully what that meant, I'd be lying, because I'm still figuring that out. I'm still figuring out what Blendery 2.0 looks like. I'm still figuring out who's involved in that and what it's going to look like and when it's going to open. Is it going to open? Like, there's a lot of things that I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because there's a lot of people, like we're adding new employees at a pretty, I didn't think we'd have this many employees out of that small space right now.
I love it personally.
And we've got such great people, and to have them so passionate about this and the business, and they might not see where it's going, but they know it's going somewhere. It's weird, like to see people open up on stuff okay, if we have a release, like, oh man, I wish you were there on Saturday. Saturday was awesome. It was like, oh man, like celebrities, like to me, celebrities in the OG whiskey community in the DFW area that have started clubs, 10 years ago or whatever, and they're still in it because it means something. It means something more than the whiskey. And we just had one person after another person walk in, and it's like, man, this is a cool day, and like to hear even Buck's testimonial recently, and to hear some of the other guys coming in, and to know that there's a brotherhood of people, not just sharing good bottles and whatever, but it's like those guys have each other's back more than they should. And it's cool to see that. And it's cool to see brothers serving others step in. It's cool to do the Battle of the Blends. Like, it's cool to see all the other serve opportunities that we've done last year that we already have planned for this year. That wouldn't be possible without whiskey, and at least not for me. So it means a little bit more. And I've seen you have personal impacts on people, and God's given you gifts of influence over a lot of men.
Yeah.
And God's given me gifts to put teams together and to find barrels and to bottle things that mean something to somebody else, and to hear people come in and say what our bottles mean to them, and it's like, how is that even possible? How am I able to influence this person just by something that we bottled? But they used that bottle to then invite somebody else over, to then they had to say yes, and then they invited somebody else, and now they're together, and maybe now there's a men's group over it, or now they're helping these person, or this guy helped this guy through a divorce because of it, or whatever it is. But I mean, you can't underestimate the value of community, because the power of whiskey in community. Yeah. Whether that's raising money for charity, whether that's just bringing people together, or just kind of relaxing and having a little fun. So I think we'll do a lot of those things tomorrow, and I think one of the best barrels that we find tomorrow will be a pretty cool charity barrel. It's hard to talk about, because even with you, like I tried to explain it, and then it's like when you're there, you see it, and it's like, oh wow, I get it now after being here and after seeing this, and why are people so generous, and why are they so nice, and I don't understand it. And especially with your background, you saying, like, I'm not used to, it's cutthroat. I'm used to people. I
can't wait to do my part. I got to sit down after you and do it. But I mean, I have to include myself. Part of it is making sure I tell the version of this where I get to.
Well, I still remember Kentucky Bourbon Fest last year, and we're sitting around a table sharing stories, and it's like, hey, how much do I owe this guy for the cigar that he lent me? It's like, he doesn't want any money. Well, what do you mean?
Not only
He
that,
like,
wait till I talk about
what do I know about this? And like I owe him for dinner last night. He doesn't want any money. Like it's like it's not about that. It's like it's all about like, you know, us adding value, or like I don't know if it was you or something that's like, Tim, I noticed you got up early to make everybody coffee. Like, why would you do that?
Henry and you and brother and just all of them, man. I personally, and again, I can't wait to, you know, I have personally never seen just even this consideration. I don't come from that, man. I don't come from people caring. Not even at the.
So what does that impact? How has that impacted you? Like that?
You got
okay. Yeah, I want to watch that.
And to, you know, even just send a big thank you to those people.
Oh, I mean, we are allowed to continue to do what we love and continue to make an impact on our community and other lives because people like you are supporting us and they're watching these things, they're interested in what we're doing, the barrels that we're finding, and they want to be a part of that community. And I mean, it is a special community, and it feels small, even though it's getting bigger, but it still feels small, and we still know most of the people by name when they come in, and we want to keep an aspect to that. But we couldn't continue to do things even like this weekend without you and without you buying these bottles. So I would definitely raise a glass to that, and I thank everyone that has been a supporter of the Blendery, because it's truly meant a lot to me and a lot of other people.
And last but not least, what does it mean to be here in Kentucky for a year? You know, you source from Indiana NGP is the place you started, right? Mm-hmm. Why is Kentucky important to telling your whiskey story?
Yeah, I think it's important to diversify, and there's a lot of legacy distilleries now that older barrels are becoming available, and there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and we like finding those things, and I personally enjoy Kentucky trips. I mean, it's kind of like my Vegas, to where it's like, hey, it's one place to where you can book a flight and not know where you're going to stay, not know which distilleries you're going to go see, and it's pretty incredible. Like the place that we just, like out of all the places we could have stopped for lunch today, it was like, oh, Andy just happens to be at the Pearl in Germantown, and I got to pick up these bottles. And he just last minute decided to do that, and we only did that. My luggage got lost, and now we're here, and now it's like, okay, let's go to this pizza place. And that pizza place just happened to be this pizza place that my buddy Amin took me after a really cool event that he had, and we wanted to celebrate, so he took me there. And we just happened to show up at that one place, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to him. I was like, hey, I've been here before, you took me here. And now we got talking, and now we're gonna go see him. And it's like everything's all connected, you know?
Always.
And it feels like every time I'm here, like there's not really an agenda, because there doesn't have to be an agenda, and things just work out when you show up.
And you have it, man. Well, guys, if you heard the story. All right, go ahead and state your name, man.
Daniel Scott.
Daniel, how long have you been in whiskey, man?
Man, 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years.
I mean, I started out, my dad drank Jack Daniels, like Jack and Coke, and so like that's what we kind of always went to when we got a little bit older. So, and then that evolved into other things.
Now, you said it involved other things. I know you own a liquor store.
I do, yeah.
And what was the evolution from drinking Jack and Coke to
Owning a liquor store?
Yeah.
Out of necessity, man. My dad was sick. He had a gas station, and the gas station was losing business, so losing money. So we just looked at it and said, what would make sense here to do? So we just said, well, let's sell some booze and cigarettes. And so we did that, and then we found this really cool community of bourbon that you could get deep into, and so kind of evolved into that.
Now, what's your favorite bottle? What's your favorite pour? And then how did you come across the Blendery?
Okay, favorite bottle, man, just depends on where I'm at. What like you know, I mean, like I love this one because you know we went and picked this one with Tim. You know, 16-year-old buff turkey stuff. So that's great. Came across Tim and the Blendery. he actually came in the store one day. He was up in Ozark getting something for his wife or something. But our families knew each other from a long time ago. Another business that my dad owned. And so I knew of them, but I did not know him well. So anyway, so I know his brother, and his brother's admin of the Bourbon Society of the Ozarks. And so anyway.
So if someone asks you what whiskey means to you, how would you define it?
Man, I love it because it's America's spirit. Like, it's America's only spirit, right? And so, like, it's just something to be proud of. It's from America, and like, you and I have talked many times about like how the community is just unbelievable. The people, we do a fundraiser, every year, and we raise with the Bourbon Society of the Ozarks, and in the last 2 years we've given away almost $300,000. Yeah. So it's just cool to have a community of people that bond together, that are passionate about a spirit, but also about giving back.
And you've been on clearly a ton of barrel picks.
Oh yeah.
And so what makes the Blendery special in comparison? You drove up here 7 hours to be a part of this.
Yeah. It's a terrible drive too. Man. Yeah, so these are always different. Like what we're doing tomorrow is, I've only done one at a time, and it's completely different from any other barrel picks I've ever been on. It is like, you are just mad dash through barrels, and you're just kind of doing it at your own pace, but you're doing your own thing. Whereas like when you go do barrel picks at other distilleries, it's not like red carpet rolled out or anything, but you've got a finite selection of things that you can try, and for the most part. And so tomorrow is one of the most fun, but it's work. Because you're lugging barrels around and moving them and weighing them and drilling them, and so it's just a different experience, but it's a lot of fun.
And what do you want people to know about the Blendery and even whiskey in general, and how it can help others?
Yeah, man, the Blendery, they do the way, their attention to detail and the way they do things is really super high quality for me. It's one of the reasons why we want to partner with them like we do, and then just the people and the community there, and man, we love you guys, and we get a lot of shit because we get a lot of really good barrels from the Blendery, and that makes some Texans pretty pissed,
Really
so
pissed.
yeah. So
I'm glad I know you, man.
Yeah. So, but don't worry, we got an online store now. They can buy online in Missouri. So if they want, and then find somebody mule it back or whatever. So yeah.
Well, Daniel, we appreciate you coming down here. Anything you want them to know about where they can find you, about whiskey, your journey, the future, anything you got going on?
Yeah, man. WhiskeyTangoStore.com website. And then if you're passing through, we're like, Ozark is right between Branson and Springfield. A lot of people go to Branson to golf, or it seems like a lot of people from down there go up to Lake of the Ozarks. So it's not too far out of the way. Fun place. Friday nights we do a Friday night social every Friday night, and it's always packed out in there and super fun. So yeah, swing by, visit us online, Facebook, Instagram, all that's from the website.
Boom, thank you,
Yep,
friend.
cool, thanks.
All right, so go and state your name, man.
Hey, Buck Boyer in the whiskey world, otherwise Adam.
Now, Adam, what got you into whiskey, man?
Man, quite honestly, people with work and relationships over the years that just led to friends and things that led to the whiskey world, quite honestly. So I think, 1996, Booker's. So my first whiskey. So.
Now, Buck, how many whiskey picks, barrel picks have you actually been on?
I wouldn't say an absorbent amount. I'd say maybe 10 total, right? So, but most of our stuff is, spread across the country through relationships over the years, right?
Yeah.
Florida to West Coast, north to Montana and such. So,
Now, what brought you to the Blendery?
well, really, I was a little late into the game to the Blendery, right? So some of the local groups had done some picks with the Blendery and really started talking about a place in my backyard, right? And I'm a Denton guy, and really just started coming to the Blendery quite frequently, and got to know Tim, got to know Richard, got to know Andy, got to know yourself. Right, so really just love drinking good juice and sharing good juice. As anybody knows, when I show up on Saturdays, I usually bring good juice to the Blendery. So, yeah.
That's our favorite day of the week is when Buck. Now, you got to the Blendery late. What was your favorite thing that you enjoyed when you got into the Blendery, and what's that journey been like as you've kind of become definitely one of our favorite patrons, but even more importantly, just a huge supporter.
Yeah. No, listen, I think it's about the relationships, quite honestly, and some of the things that we do to help communities as well. But more importantly, I think getting to know people and really sharing good experiences. And, I think the whiskey world's a good world that you get to know folks and good things happen, right?
Yeah, but you got to tell what makes the Blendery special, man.
Blendery special just because, I think, first of all, when you walk in, and you get to know the folks, you feel like you're at home, right? But at the same time, I think what we all bring to the Blendery is our stories and relationships around whiskey that lead to other people's interests, right? And some people's palates are different than others, and everybody knows I'm a high proofer guy, but I think some of the things about the Blendery has got me gravitating towards some of the other stuff now, which is cool, right?
And what's the high proof stuff versus the other stuff? Walk them through that bridge that we've been able to close.
Well, listen, my whiskey journey started at Booker's and has pretty much stayed hot through the years. I think the last 2-3 years since I've been coming around the Blendery and stuff, it's got me more open to lower proof thing, more viscosity, more palate. Really got my taste within whiskey in a better place, I think, just talking and understanding things from different people's perspectives, right?
And what about the Blendery do you hope that others get to experience?
Well, I think what's important is there's nothing with the sticker of the Blendery going on it that's not good, and I think the quality control that's put into the product that's getting produced here is important, and that's what's good to hear, right? And when you can come in and hang out and say, this week's just not a good week, it's too hot, things aren't working that well, we don't need to bottle stuff. That's important to hear, right, from guys like us, right? Because it's about the quality of the whiskey, but people want to do it the right way too.
And what makes being on this particular barrel journey, aka barrel hunt, special?
Yeah, well, listen, this is a good one. I think we're wandering into some good years in whiskey world, right? Anytime you get up over 15, 16, 17, 18 years and you get opportunities to try a lot of different product in barrels that old, that's special, right? So I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a good few hours for sure.
And your favorite bottles, since you're a high proofer, what are some of those famous, notorious bottles you bring in and let us bless us with the opportunity to try?
Yeah, I think there's a few that stick out. I think I think the 14 William LaRue that we've opened up in the Blendery is an important one. All right, that's a number one pour for me. I'm still chasing that one meaning to find something that stands up to it. I think the 18-year King of Kentucky we opened is pretty damn good. The 2007 GTS, which is the 144.8, that's a good one we opened in there. So there's been a few, right? But I'll tell you, some of the juice we've got out of the Buff Turkey barrels out back, right? Some of the American light whiskey I think is phenomenal that we've had in those barrels. So you didn't see the Bucks barrel we just did.
I didn't.
All right, so it's a little bit of that leftover American light whiskey that we put in that salted caramel. Remember salted caramel?
Yeah.
Richard found a little bit in the back, and we turned that into a Bucks barrel this weekend. So it's 152 proof American light whiskey. So.
There you have it, man. Now this is Buck. He's hanging out with these Blendery folks. He's a part of the journey, man. Anything you want people who are potentially starting out in whiskey to know, or how do they get started? What's your best advice? No,
listen, don't jump in. Right, take your time, understand things. Everybody's got a different mindset when it comes to whiskey. Some of us foolishly jumped in years ago. We learned from our mistakes, so take your time is what I'll say.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Say something.
Something.
Now, Richard, what does whiskey mean to you, man?
Whiskey is extremely important to me for several different reasons. First, I think it's awesome the way it brings people together, the way it's something that people congregate around, the way it's something that people celebrate a special occasion with, or mark the birth of a child, or a graduation, or a hallmark in their life. To me, that's huge. It's generally associated with something that you usually put a lot of time and effort into, and when you finally reach that goal line or that finish line, you commemorate it with a whiskey, if you love whiskey. And that's one of my very favorite things about it. It's also a snapshot of time. You're able to take the entire period of whiskey, or the whiskey was maturing in, or something about the year of the vintage that it was made, or where it was, and it can never be recreated again. It's like a liquid time capsule, and to me that's so awesome. And then the third thing is that people they devote their entire lives to making fantastic whiskey, and it takes years and years and years to even see the fruits of their labor, and they may only get to do that a few times, especially in Scotch, before they die, if you're making 40-year-old whiskey or so stuff like that. So it's all of that to me. It's and then how good it tastes, and I mean, you've seen it. It gives me goosebumps when I taste good whiskey.
And you've been on how many barrel picks?
I have not. This will be my first barrel pick in Kentucky. I've been on several barrel picks where people will send you bottles, or they'll send you samples, and then you get to taste them in a room with your friends or something like that, and then let other people know, which one you selected. I've not gotten to do what we're getting to do here today, or on this trip, which is, go to a barrel house and taste all these different barrels, and then select the ones that you think are best.
And what makes the Whiskey Blendery special?
The Whiskey Blendery, again, that's going to be a few different parts in that answer. One is it's given me the opportunity to do what I love. I think the other thing is the niche that we have in the market, where there's not a lot of people out there that are doing what we're doing. We curate whiskey for people that really, really love whiskey. And we do that through the art of blending or through the art of finishing. And we are very hands-on with it, and we work very closely with our customers. And so kind of back to what makes whiskey special is the interaction with people and the marking of special occasions. That's also what makes the Whiskey Blendery special, is because how close we are to the end user with our product throughout the entire process of making it.
And what about whiskey and the Whiskey Blendery have you enjoyed most in being a part of its journey, and why did you choose to join forces with Tim?
The people are, I mean, you've been around the Blendery enough to meet our patrons, and it's some of the greatest people I've ever met, and everyone is so kind and friendly, and I mean, I didn't know how I was going to be received, I mean, the Blendery already had fans for a year and a half or 2 years before I started helping out, and everyone's been so welcoming and inviting and nice, and so that's been fantastic. But the people, and then the way getting to see how the people enjoy the whiskey that we make, as well as just there are people at the Blendery that would take a bullet for me. You know what I mean? And they've only known me 6 months, kind of thing. And it's just, whiskey brings people together, and we have some of the best people around our whiskey.
And if you had to tell someone about what the Blendery has coming in the future, if you would like to say, hey, one day this is going to be, or the Blendery is going to be such and such, how would you articulate those people who are unfamiliar with the Blendery but also kind of speak to the future?
Sure. We are making whiskey, and the people that are making whiskey there love it as much or more than you do. So it is nerds making it for nerds. We are deep in it. We don't take it lightly. We do it because we love it, and so if you also love it, then that's, I mean, that you want to be working with the people that care about it as much as you do, that are as passionate about whiskey as you are, because it's going to come through in the end product and when you taste it. Just like a chef that loves food or loves to cook, just like anything that is creative, but something that you interact with as well.
Tell me your name and what you expect to become over the next 10 years of whiskey.
My name is Richard Blum. I am the senior blender at the Whiskey Blendery, and I am working to become the master blender at the Blendery. And I hope to achieve that over the next year or so. And yeah.
Okay. Perfect, man.